Greetings everyone, so Mick here and I am fresh off the plane from New Zealand and back home having done the Te Aroa over the last 4 months, which was just the best journey I've ever done, and finished with just an amazing crew of people. They were great to really get to the end of the trail with other people rather than get there alone, which was awesome. I haven't unpacked my stuff yet, so I thought great opportunity to do a post gear video and just show everyone what I ended up carrying for the final stretches. So let's get straight into it, hey? So I'll just start with my clothing. It's pretty dirty, hasn't been washed yet, but we'll get there. This is what I've got. Columbia shorts. And the legs to go with that, so zip off shorts. They were great. Ended up losing a bit of stitching at the back of the pockets there, but other than that, really good, versatile. They were awesome. This is just the stuff that I'd wear daily. Icebreaker merino t-shirt. Now I did get sponsorship with Icebreaker, so I'll put that in there. But besides that, fantastic gear to wear. These merino tops, merino clothing, really low stink factor, which is great on the trail. When you're constantly sweating every day and wearing the same stuff day in day out, can't say enough for this merino clothing. I wore the same t-shirt right through the whole trip. And it's held up really well. I've got there's a small little hole in one of the shoulders, and there's another little one here, just where my hip belt was rubbing. So they're just at the rub points. But other than that, really good. A little bit of fading. You can see where my pack straps were, and all this stuff that was generally covered from the sun. So a bit of fading there from the sun. Spread that out. It held up really well, so I'm very, very happy with that, and very thankful for Icebreaker for getting on board. Bandana, that was just in the pocket, wiping sweat, wiping hands, just whatever you needed that for. Awesome. Icebreaker boxes there. Now they did get a few holes, so there's one up there, but same thing. Low stink factor, held up really well. Icebreaker socks, just the shorties. I did replace these a few times on the trail. They started to get a few holes with river crossings where my older shoes had holes in them, and the gravel would get in. The gravel would get in underneath the feet and cause rubbing and form some holes. But these ones probably lasted 500k or so, and they're looking pretty good. No holes yet. Bit stinky after 4 or 5 days wear with lots of mud, lots of sweat. But as soon as they're properly cleaned, and if you keep them dry, same thing, low stink factor. Dirty Girl gaiters, they were great, really lightweight, keep the sand, gravel, grass seeds out of your shoes. The main thing that I found with those was that with the Velcro that attaches on the back of your shoes, pretty much needed to super glue those on. So the adhesive that comes with them just wasn't quite enough. As soon as they got wet quite a few times, it peeled off and made the back of the gaiter hard to stick. But so this one's been super glued, that one hasn't. La Sportiva trail runners, and the insoles to go with those. These are really good. This pair's got me through from Tekapo right to Bluff, and still plenty of life left in those. I went from the Wildcats to these ones, which are the Raptors, and the main difference I found was with the Raptors, you've got this this band of whatever it is. It just gives the shoe a bit more height, so you can splash through puddles without getting your feet wet. But once they were wet, this band here retained moisture in the shoe, whereas the Wildcats had mesh right down to the sole, and they drained much easier. But still, I was pretty happy with those. It's my third pair of shoes on the trail. Pretty happy. Sunrunner hat, this was great. White, I don't know why I went with white, it was never going to stay white. But just having the detachable neck flap at the back for the sun was really versatile. So taking that off, putting it on when you needed, that was great. Trail wallet, so that's just cash, cards, that sort of stuff. Cuban fibre, I think that was from Zpacks. Yeah, that was pretty handy. It's just on my person. Sleeping bag. This is I did swap out sleeping bags for between the North Island and the South Island. Probably didn't need to do that. So this is a heavier bag that I had for the South, but yeah, should have stuck with the lighter bag. Didn't really get so cold that I fully needed this, and I could have quite easily used the same summer bag that I had on the North Island right through, and just gear up with more layers at night. So maybe a down jacket, in bed a beanie. Yeah, that's the way it goes. So I ended up carrying it, so not a problem. Right, so this is my silk liner that I had for the sleeping bag. It ripped right down one side early on in the piece. So I tried to stitch it there, but didn't really work. It's worth carrying, but you know, it keeps your bag a bit cleaner. And I found it really good in the dock huts. Just if I was using the sleeping bag as a quilt, just to have the liner as a sheet on top of the mattress, just so you don't get your sticky body onto the mattresses. So stuff sack for sleeping bag, and my inflatable pillow as well, Cedar Summit. This was awesome. I don't know, not sure how much it weighs, but very happy to have carried that. Tried dry bags with clothes in them before as pillows, but just never comfortable. That was gold. That was awesome to have. So my trekking poles, the Leckies. These probably my best friends on the trail. These guys saved me so many times from tripping over, falling down stuff. Really good support from Leckie, so if there's any sort of breakages, they just offer really good support for their customers. I didn't have to replace the tips. The tips are still looking pretty good. They're a little bit rounded, but I haven't replaced those. I did send some spares ahead in a bounce box, but no, they're fine. Plenty of life left in those. Trekker poles, iPod, a lot of long road sections, which are just, you know, you need to keep yourself occupied, need to keep yourself entertained on some of those stretches. So the iPod was great for audiobooks, music, to lift the pace when I needed it. I'm not quite sure where the headphones are. I think I lost those on the flight back. I'll keep searching for them. My pack, Exos 58 from Osprey. It was gold. I'm really happy with this pack. The only repairs I had to make were just in the mesh as it gets caught on vegetation.
particularly once the pockets are loaded and they're sticking out. They did get caught up a little bit, so there's various holes that have been patched up right through with that. But yeah, very happy with the pack. Comfortable to wear. I'm going to have to wash it. It is a bit stinky, but might even get a new one. Very happy with that. Just in terms of the pockets and the side pockets, so side pockets, I'd carry a water bottle in each side. So typically a 1 or 1.5 litre big bottle in this side, and a Gatorade bottle that was about 700-800 ml on that side. Handy access pockets just to pull them out, fill up with water on the way. And to assist with that, I had my Sawyer filter and bags in the side, just to have them accessible, and just makes collecting water on the fly so much better. So I did end up carrying 2 bags. That was great for dry camping sections where you could load up with water for the night. If there are no creeks or anything to fill up from, load up and just take it with you. Sawyer Mini, still going strong. It needs a good back flush now, and I'll store that properly. Didn't fail me through this trip at all. I didn't take the syringe with me to back flush, but what I did is use one of these lids for a on top of the bottle, and that fits quite nicely over the top of the Sawyer, and was able to back flush with a bottle. So that was pretty handy as well. This side pocket I had my GoPro in. It was just to have it accessible and handy. Obviously I'm filming on that now. This pocket here, that had my camera. Same sort of deal, just nice and accessible to get it and use it when I needed it. Hand sanitizer, sunscreen. I'd also load these up with snacks for the day, so nut bars, bumper bars. Bumper bars were great, were my favourite, they were great. Front pocket, depending on what the weather was doing. So this front pocket would generally carry my rain gear, so my jacket, pants, pack cover. A bright pack cover is really handy for road stretches, just so traffic can see you, and really good for if you're hitching out into town as well. Just to have that bright, big orange thing on the side of the road, just made it easier for traffic to spot. A pair of flip-flops, a pair of thongs. I did start with sandals, but ended up changing to flip-flops that are a bit lighter, and wear them in town quite easily. Into the pack itself. Electronics, I did carry quite a bit of electronics on this trip. Certainly wasn't an ultralight trip, it's more lightweight trip, and yeah, a similar sort of trip in the future I'd probably do it quite differently. I had at least 1.5 kilos of electronics. Kindle, that's my entire book collection, so that was really handy for nights in the hut. Time spent just waiting around. You got books on hand. My mini iPad, this was great with most of the trail maps on it. Didn't really use it for navigation, it was just sort of more for forward planning. Great to have communications, book accommodation ahead, plan out the route, look at the trail notes and the maps. Yep, and my blog, obviously. Kept a daily blog on this thing and uploaded in town. That was definitely worth taking. What else we got? Mini tripod. Didn't use this as much as I thought I would, but it had its place. It's not too light, it's not too heavy, so it's yeah, look, don't know if I'll take that again, but it's there. Toothbrush, toothpaste, rain jacket. So it's the same rain jacket that I started with. Marmot Precip. I was going to change jackets for the South Island, and I did actually get one sent from home, which is a much thicker alpine jacket. But once I got it in the mail and actually put it in my hand, it was over a kilo for the jacket. So that was an easy decision to make. Send it back home. I didn't need it. Pretty lucky with the weather, really. It's only a few days walking in the rain, maybe 3 or 4 days on the whole trip walking in the rain, where I needed the jacket. It worked okay, it's fine. Tent stake, snow peg or stake, which I've just bashed down. I'll use that as my my toilet trowel. Car wash chamois. This is my towel for the entire trip. That was great. Not a problem. Certainly keep you dry. Alright, electronics. Dry bag, obviously. What have we got in here? Solar charger. So that was and battery. Probably used the battery in this more so than the solar cell. The cell would take all day, probably 2 full days in the sun to recharge, but the battery can be charged on mains, and when it was, I'd get 2 tablet charges out of that easily. That kept my iPad functioning right through. GPS, I did take a dedicated GPS, and I did use this quite a bit. Other people were using iPhones, so rather than take the iPad and a GPS, other people would rely just on a iPhone. But I like the bigger keys, film block, and the accuracy of this. Had an SD card with New Zealand topo data on it, and that was pretty handy to have. Spot tracker, daily updates for home, and posted to my blog site as well, so people could see where I was. A dual USB charger for in town, and yeah, spare batteries, SD cards, and cables for the charger. So that's my electronics. The top pocket for this pack, I use this on and off, depending on how much food and how much room I had in my pack. I would quite often use this and just store daily use items in the top, but could get away without taking it at all. There's plenty enough room in this pack to do that. It's going to be difficult with one hand, so I might pause and find a tripod and start going again. Alright, let's see how that goes. So the rest of the content in my pack, this is a little map case that I had. I was using snap lock bags, which you can quite easily do, but have to keep replacing those. So this is pretty cheap, and that would have my maps for the day and just go into the side pocket of my pants. So that was to keep maps working. Clothes bags. I had 2 clothes bags. This one was warm gear and insulating gear. So this Mountain Hardwear Ghost Whisperer, it's my down jacket. This was great. pretty lightweight, and look at that. I didn't lose them on the flight. There's my headphone. Probably needs a wash, a little bit smelly, but light, compact, yeah, keeps you warm. That was great. Zpacks mitts, over mitts. I did have to use these a few times, particularly on really cold mornings with big wind, just to keep my hands warm and dry. They're nice and light. I forget what model these are, maybe the Challenger mitts from Zpacks. Yeah, I did use those. Icebreaker beanie, definitely at night that would come out. A few cold mornings I had to wear that, keep my head warm and sleep in it a few times. Buff, again pretty handy. I use this for around the neck to keep my neck warm. I could pull that over my ears on really cold mornings. I could use it as a bandana to sleep in. Icebreaker mitts, fingerless gloves, sorry. Again, I had to use these mainly on cold mornings to keep the hands warm. Again, awesome, low sting factor. They did get a bit sweaty with the over mitts on as well, but I'd take them again. They were awesome. Icebreaker, it just keeps coming. These guys are pretty good to me. I'm going to have to spruik the gear a bit. Long johns, 150 long johns. It's my merino long top with a hood. That's an Ibex one. 150 or 200. I think it's a 200 weight. Essentially, my long thermals was my sleep gear. I didn't really wear it to stay warm during the day. Didn't have to. It was summer right through, and the few cold mornings that we had, I had enough layers to stay warm. So it's essentially just my sleep gear. Keep the sleeping bag a bit cleaner, and just some sleep socks, cotton socks. Yeah, Termarest. Yeah, we're the women's model. 20 breaths to blow up. Gets about this thick. It keeps you off the ground. And I found even with bumpy ground, once it was blown up, it would level out. Yeah, lightweight. I would take that again. That was super. This is my food bag. Obviously coming in off the plane with customs, I don't have any food with me. This was my food bag. It varied from about this height for 3 or 4 days to carrying 8 days. It was fully loaded, fully, I could just close it with 8 days of food. Cuban fibre from Zpacks, I think, as well. The only thing I have inside there is my spoon and some Hardwear rehydration salts. So I would use those in water after the end of a long day, just to rehydrate a bit. Water gets a bit boring by itself all the time. My second clothes bag. What have we got? That's my Montane wind jacket. I didn't make use of this on the North Island that much, only a few times. It certainly came in handy on the South Island where it was a bit windier, a little bit colder, and with early morning starts in the dark, etc. If I did TRO again, I would definitely take this for the South Island, but would probably not carry it for the North, so I'd bounce it ahead, I think. Long sleeve merino t-shirt. Yeah, daily wear, so that was on top of my t-shirt. If I needed a bit of sun protection or just a little bit warmer, I had the long top there. town shirt. Town shorts. So I like getting into town and having something clean to change into as I do my washing. I don't really like to have to wear my rain overpants around the laundry and that sort of thing, or to go out. So having the town clothes was certainly worthwhile. So pretty much just a shirt and shorts. That was all I had. Spare pair of boxes, Icebreaker again. Thank you very much, guys. And some spare socks, merino socks, Icebreaker. Six Moon Designs tent. This is the suit's lunar solar. No poles, so I use my trekking poles as the main support. Very, very happy with this. The only time sort of got let down with this was in really, really heavy rain, but I think you would probably get that with just about any tent. Where it was absolutely pissing down with rain, a few times I found the water bouncing off the ground and up underneath the awning. And I found a few spots towards the end that I probably need to seam seal a bit better. So I'll set that up in the backyard and get onto that before I stow it away. Ditty bag. Got in there. It's a bit of. This actually came off the pack. This is just my hang loop for food or packs in the huts, just to keep it off the ground and away from vermin. Sunnies. I do change between contacts and glasses. When I have my contacts in, sunnies, awesome. You need those. A few little toiletries and things, spare plastic bag. Pocket nuts, sandfly mix. You will need some sort of sandfly protection. The little buggers are just crazy in some spots. That was just some oil. It worked okay, you need to keep putting it on. Little pocket knife. My clothesline, so just a few nappy pins. So if I did washing, I could hang shoes. I could hang socks and jocks off my pack with these and not lose them in the wind, or even in towns without pegs, just to wrap these over clotheslines and through the clothes. That was pretty good. Foot kits, a bit of blister stuff, nail clippers, some powder for athlete's foot, a splinter picker in there. Didn't really get many blisters, so I've still got quite a few of these blister things left, but yeah, I'd take the same again. Soap. So some Dr. Bronner's soap, got a little travel soap there. It's like for washing, not just myself, but clothing, anything. Some pawpaw ointment. I found being in the sun 24/7 for 4 months, my face started getting quite dry and cut, skin damage on my hands and that sort of thing. That was pretty handy to have. Contact case, earplugs, no matter where you go, hostels, huts, there's always a snorer, and you need sleep. They were great. Just some Voltaren and Disprin for my medication. Glasses case. Mozzie net, or head net. I only really used that once, and that was to sleep inside a hut with sandflies. Crazy sandflies, just could not get to sleep.
Didn't use it during the day. It's super lightweight, so I'd still carry it. Spare cord, just some cord. I've used this lots of different uses for this clothesline, staking down my tent a bit better, hanging packs, hanging food bags, you name it. Just some cord. Pen, always really handy to have for filling out intentions books in huts. Writing down phone numbers, you name it, whatever you need a pen for, it's good to have one of your own. Just a lighter. Didn't really use it, didn't need it for the stove, but the few times I had a fire, you need some way to start it, obviously. The E-Lite head torch from Petzl. This is the only head torch that I had for the trip. Nothing bigger. It uses the little button batteries, and I haven't replaced the batteries at all for this trip. So over 4 months, and nightly use in huts, etc. It's still kicking. The red function is really good for reading at night or moving around the hut at night without disturbing other people. You can't get much more than that. I didn't do any night walking, not because I didn't have a head torch, but just didn't have the need to do any night walking. I don't think you could walk with this at night. The strength is just not there, so they're more for close proximity to use. But yeah, very happy with that. It's my ditty bag. Toilet paper, never have enough. Repair kit, first aid kit. If I don't use this, that's a good thing, but I'll always carry it with me. Lots of different things in there. I won't go right through it. So what have we got? Some tear aid for things like the tent or my Termarest, aqua mirror, emergency water treatment. I've got some spare batteries in there, small super glue, some extra lids for my bottles. There's a small razor blade, a spare shoelace, and sewing kit with dental floss. That's probably the main thing I used out of the repair kit, was just dental floss. It's pretty strong, and for all those little patch-up jobs, that was it. First aid kit. Pretty simple, few band-aids, few bandages. That was about it. What else have we got? Overpants, shell pants. Didn't really use those, only a few times. Long gaiters. I did carry these for the South Islands, and I did wear these through tussock country and speargrass country. The little gaiters, the dirty girl gaiters, just weren't cutting it with the scratches and things you'd get from the vegetation. I didn't wear them a lot, but and there's probably lighter models that you can get, but they were handy. This is just the one big dry bag that went inside the pack, and everything else was packed inside that. Tyvek ground sheet. This went under my tent as a sit pad. So having lunch, lots of different uses for this. I'd carry that again. And finally, my cook kit. I did change out to a smaller pot. I sent the original one back home. This was the original one I had, which is a Tokes or Stoic, I think.
with a pan and a pot. What I was finding was I didn't really use the pan at all. I thought I might, but I didn't. And this sucker was just too big for a solo hike. It was never filled more than half, so half the volume was just wasted. So compare the two. This is what I ended up with. Just a little compact titanium pot. I think this is a Mac Pack one. Yeah, Mac Pack. A little lid inside that. So I ended up carrying this right through. So this is just a little pocket, thermal pocket that I made for backcountry meals to rehydrate those in. Yeah, that's pretty handy. Measuring cup, plastic cup. I would drink out of this as well as using the measures to getting the right proportions of water. A little pair of scissors. These ended up in my cook kit just for the amount of time that I was cutting the tops off packages to get into them properly, like backcountry meals. The various spices and things you get inside the noodle packets, just to tear those cleanly. Pair of scissors. Obviously, I don't have the gas canister with me, can't fly with that. But I just have the micro sort of smallest gas canister you could get, and they would last for weeks and weeks. And the Covia titanium stove head. Yeah, this was. I started with a methylated spirits stove, but quickly changed to the gas. Just so much more versatile in terms of simmering, temperature control. It was super quick to boil water. You could get 2 cups of water boiled in a couple of minutes. And that, my friends, is about it. That is the gear that I ended up with, and yeah, if you've got any questions, sing out, put them online, post them to my blog, post them on YouTube, and I'll get back to you. But yeah, hope you got something out of that TRL gear at the end.